Hey YouTubers, Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. Behind me is Chevy Cruze, and we are going to show you the step-by-step process on how to replace your water pump. Now, in a previous video, we drained the coolant system, and for safety purposes, no matter what, allow that engine to sit in the off position for a minimum of 3 hours to allow that engine to cool down, as well as that pressure built up inside the coolant system to dissipate. So down below in the actual comments section is a link to a video on how to drain your coolant system for this vehicle. Definitely check that out and then come right back here. Step 1, for safety purposes, cut all electrical power to the engine. 10mm socket. You don't actually have to remove this nut all the way, just loosen it to a point where you can remove this negative and position it where it's not going to hop back up and make contact. From here, we are going to remove this hose and that air filter case. So I'm going to loosen this clamp down here, and this is your mass airflow sensor. To remove this carefully without breaking it, this little red tab, shift it back and then push down on that tab and pull outward. And from here you have a little zip tie connection point. Just slip that up and out. Ours is a 7mm. Once you get it loose, just carefully shift it up off the connection point, and 7mm or a flathead screwdriver, loosen this clamp. We're going to remove this hose altogether. Once you loosen that clamp, just go ahead and shift that off and set this in a safe location. Next, down below you have this hose here, feeds into the lower portion of your airbox case. Shift that out, and then you have rubber connection tabs here as well as on the back side here. And as you shift this entire airbox case up and out, you will shift it out of its slot down below here. With the airbox removed, we have much better access to the side of the engine that the actual water pump is on. However, next step, we have to remove this entire motor mount. What's that mean? We have to actually support this engine by the jack. And I put this towel there for cushioning because I'm going to shift this under the car. I've got a piece of plywood under there to support the jack, and we are going to support the engine with this jack on the bottom portion of the oil pan. So again, the purpose of the towel is for cushion so we don't damage that oil pan. Down below, and not sure if you can see it way in there, but the jack is in position with that towel for cushion under the oil pan, and the jack is engaged. From here, coming back up top, 15mm bolts. We're going to remove these 3 first, and then these 3, and this whole mount can come up and out. After you actually break all of the bolts free and loosen them up, this portion right here is able to shift through that little inner insert there. And from here, you're just going to remove this nut. At this point, you can shift this entire motor mount out. Set that in a safe location. And quick tip, the nut and all the bolts that I removed are in the exact same hole that they came out. Back to the engine, the lower mount we need to remove. A 15mm bolt here, 15mm bolt there, as well as one additional 15mm bolt down below. To break that one loose, as well as the lower, I was able to use the 15mm long socket. However, I needed the short socket for that bolt. From here, once they're loose, just go ahead and remove them and pull this whole brace out. Motor mount is removed, and from here, there's your tensioner. You can see the spring on the back side, and I've got a 7/16 as well as a long leverage bar here from our local Harbor Freight. We need to remove that actual serpentine belt, and as you pull this toward you, you will see that spring compress and loosen the tension on the belt. See that? So as you shift that tensioner, remove that belt. However, take a good picture of how that belt is on those pulleys. You need to install this serpentine belt properly in order for this engine to run properly. And what I'll do, I'll remove the belt from this pulley as I loosen that tension. Belt is removed, however, it is still looped around this actual tensioner and down below. Since we're doing this, it may be a good idea to replace your serpentine belt. They should be less than $30. Next, with the pulley, you can see what tool I'm using there, and the actual pulley bolt is an E12, as you can see here. You're going to have to hold the pulley in place with one hand and loosen the bolts with the other hand. and that's what each of them look like. They're aluminum bolts, not steel. I'll remove the additional 2. After removing the E12 bolts, this should come right off as it did. And there is the water pump, really dirty as you can see. You've got a clamp here, and if you've worked with those clamps, you know how fun those are, and I'm being sarcastic there. We are going to leave that connected. We are going to start removing all of the E10 bolts that secure this water pump to the engine, as well as the E10 bolts that connect the thermostat to the water pump. And again, these are all E10s. I have all the bolts surrounding the water pump loosened up, and the 2 E10s that secure the thermostat to the water pump, I'm going to remove those. To get better access, you may want to push this in and remove this portion and shift it out of the way. I also removed this electrical connection point, and to remove it, that little clip right there, you actually have to pull up and out away from the actual connection point, and that will release that locking tab below, and you can shift this up and off, give you better access to that bolt there. There is one additional E10 on the bottom of this thermostat, and you've got a little clip right down in here that we need to pop up, and once we do that, be careful you don't want to lose this actual clip. Shift it up and remove that hose. It may leak some coolant, however, if you drain the system properly, it shouldn't leak too bad. Alright, there we go. And I'll be able to gain access to the actual lower bolt now. Alright, YouTubers, making progress, and this is probably the most tedious portion of the project. I've got the new water pump on a couple paper towels, and I've created my own diagram. And the reason for it is because all of those bolts are different sizes, and notice there's thread only on the tip of some bolts, however, thread on the entire length of other bolts. So what I recommend is make yourself a diagram like this and be very organized, because these bolts have to go in the exact same hole that they came out. Again, that's very, very important. The S standing for small and the L standing for large, and I placed the bolts with the different thread accordingly for which hole they came out of. Back at the engine, I have removed the bolts that secure the thermostat, and I'm just going to shift this off. Be very careful. There's an internal gasket here, and it's still connected to that lower hose, but I'm going to keep it connected. From here, you should just be able to pull the water pump off the engine, and be advised it will leak. Alright, and you can see the old gasket. We will clean the mating surface off. From here, I've got much better access to this clamp. I'm going to compress that and shift it rearward and remove this water pump from this hose. From here, we're going to clean up this entire area and scrape off all that remaining gasket. And I'm using just a small X-Acto knife that I got at our local Ace Hardware. And all I'm going to do is slowly remove this gasket, and do your best not to create any gouges in this actual mating surface, because that will interfere with the watertight seal that the gasket is supposed to make. So remove all excess gasket. Making progress. The mating surface of the engine is clean of the gasket and dried. Back at the new water pump, I'm going to carefully shift this up and rest it here, and I'm going to put the old one in place so I remember where the bolts actually go. From here, it's time to use the red high temp RTV gasket maker and apply the new gasket to the water pump. And when you buy this new, you get this little cap here that gives you a fine bead. However, ours is dried up, so we need to set that aside. And we are going to work with what we have. So we're just going to create a bead the whole distance of the water pump. From here, I will carefully apply the gasket. Go ahead and match the holes. and I'll clean up any excess gasket maker impeding in the inner portion. There we go. From here, let's head to the engine, align it properly, and secure it. All right, YouTubers, this step is personal preference. I also added gasket maker on the portion that will be in between the gasket and the engine. Back at the engine, I've got one small bolt inserted on the top and bottom. I'll need both hands to align this properly and hand screw those tight. Making progress, I've got 2 bolts hand tightened, and now I'm going to hand tighten the remaining bolts. I not only hand tightened, but I also secured all of the E10 bolts. Now this is very important to properly seat the gasket to the engine. Go in a star pattern, meaning tighten the upper left, go all the way down to the lower right, come up to the upper right, tighten, go all the way down to the lower left, tighten, and continue that star pattern. Do not over tighten these bolts. They're aluminum. They will snap and or damage the thread inside the engine. That would not be good. From here, I got brand new oil, and what I want to do is re-lubricate the gasket inside the thermostat. Some people will add RTV gasket maker, but all I'm going to do is re-lubricate the rubber seal and secure the thermostat to the water pump. All 3 E10s secure the actual thermostat to the water pump and the electrical connection point. Push until you hear it click. And we will re-secure this portion right into there. Push until it clicks. There we go. And now our favorite part. This clamp and hose goes to the water pump. Yay, that was fun. Clamp is secured. You can get a new clamp from AutoZone if you want. From here, we will re-secure the pulley. Pulley is secured by the 3 bolts. Now it's time to reinsert the serpentine belt. And again, just compress and make sure that the belt's on properly and loop it around all the pulleys. And as you let out the tension, make sure that the belt is properly in every seam it's supposed to be on every pulley. Next, insert and secure the bottom brace of the motor mount. And from here, we are going to align this next portion properly and secure it. And very, very important, get a good feel for that thread. You do not want to cross thread this. Hand tighten them first and make sure that this portion is secured, and we can secure that nut as well. But hand tighten these first. At this point, all bolts are secured. Again, before tightening them all the way, start hand tightening all of them. Don't cross thread. And don't forget to re-secure that coolant hose onto the thermostat. From here, let's go grab the air case and reinstall that. Align the bottom portion of the air filter case as such. This little hose, insert it, and make sure that they are properly aligned in the little connection tabs. From here, we'll grab that hose and re-secure that. Hose is back on. Now to the mass airflow sensor, and push in until it clicks, and shift the locking tab forward. From here, we are going to release the jack and pull the jack out. Battery is secured, and from here, double check you are not leaving any parts or tools or hardware behind. From here, we are going to refill the entire coolant system. Now, there is a proper way to do this, so I'm going to post a link down below in the comment section on the step-by-step process on how to properly add coolant to your Chevy Cruze engine. That's it, YouTubers. As you can see, it is a not-so-friendly DIY project. However, stay focused, stay motivated, and I hope the steps in this video help you accomplish replacing your water pump. Below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely go to your settings, turn on your YouTube notification bell. Once you do that, every video that we upload, you will be notified. You will be able to stay up to date with us, and that will be awesome. Thanks again for watching.